Hey everybody, welcome back to the craft room. I am so glad that you could join me. I thought I would take a few minutes today and show you how I made these Tunisian squares. This is one of those scarves that I made with the squares that I recently found that I made probably, I'm guessing, about 6 years ago possibly. These are made using a double-ended Tunisian crochet hook, and I used 2 different colors of yarn for that. So double-ended Tunisian crochet hook, I have 2 different styles to show you. This is one that I have. This is a Clover brand, and these, to my knowledge, these come in sizes G, H, I, and J. Or no, G, H, I. Yeah, G, H, I, and J. And they have a hook at each end. My only complaint about this is I wish they put one hook on the other side so you don't have to rotate the hook, but that's not a big deal. The other ones that I have, and I have 2 different sizes of these, and I cannot tell you what letter size it is or millimeter size it is because I don't know without measuring them. But this is the smaller of the 2 that I have. These are an aluminum double-ended crochet hook, and they are much longer. These actually measure 14 inches, where these little Clover ones measure 6 inches. And once again, these have a hook on both ends. So whatever size hook you have that has double ends will work for making those types of squares or whatever you want to use for the project. I'm going to use my smaller one just for the purpose of this video, because I'm not going to make a great big piece, and this is quite cumbersome and can get in the way. So I'm going to get a bigger size one than my J, probably go with my biggest size that I have of these wooden ones, and we'll get started. Okay, I upped my wooden, I'm using the wooden one, and I upped it to the size J. I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is the biggest size, smaller one that I have. And you'll need 2 colors of yarn. I have this mustard color and this pink color. So what you're going to do is you're going to chain however many you want your, to accommodate whatever size you want for your square. Just for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to chain 12. Okay, and if you would like, you can go into the back bumps. I normally just go into the loops like I would with regular crochet. So just a simple Tunisian stitch. You're going to pull up a loop in each of your chains going back across to your very first chain. Alright, so I should have 12 loops on my hook. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take your second color, and people do this different ways. I'm just going to go ahead and pull up a slip knot. We're going to go to the opposite end, the end where we started, not the end where we ended. And I'm just going to put that loop on my hook, and I'm going to pull it through. Just like that. And then it's just a simple return stitch to the other end. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2. Once you get to this end, it's a little stretched out, but all you got to do is just pull that down to where it belongs. We're not going to change colors or turn anything. We're going to go back to the end that we started the yellow on, doing a simple Tunisian in each stitch across. And I apologize if my terminology does not make sense or anything. I am not a professional Tunisian crochet person. I just do this for fun, and I don't make a lot of how-to videos because I just like to do this for fun. And when you get down to this last one, make sure you go through both loops, which basically you're just going in between there, and pull up your last stitch. So you should have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to turn our hook around back to the end where we have our pink, and we're going to yarn over, pull through one, and we're going to do the basic return stitch all the way back to the other end using our pink instead of our yellow. And I stick my yarn in a knitting loom so it doesn't run off. Otherwise it would run off my table. Now once we get back to this other end, we're going to do a simple Tunisian stitch all the way back to the end where we started our return stitch. And just pull that down a little bit so it's even. So just so you're doing a return stitch and a simple stitch, and then you are turning your hook around and using your second color for your return stitch and a simple stitch, and then you just repeat the process. Once you get down here, I like to pull through a yellow one and a pink one. I like to pick up one of each color. I think it looks best that way. So once again, we're at this end. Instead of doing our pink return, we're going to flip our hook around and we're going to return with the yellow. And honestly, this is something that I could not get tired of because I'm switching it around and changing colors every other row. Get to that end, you can pull that down where you want it, and then just go back with your yellow color that you just did the return and do your next row. Get to the end, and like I said, I like to pick up one of each color there. It's time to flip the hook and do the return stitch with your other color. Just your regular return stitch. And sometimes tension can be an issue for me on this. Things can turn out a little wonky, but it all works out in the end, at least for everything that I have done with this stitch. So there you go. We are back to the other end. As you can see, one side you're going to have yellow with pink peeking through. The other side is going to be the pink with the yellow peeking through. And all we're doing is a simple Tunisian stitch, and we're just alternating our colors on each end. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for joining me. If you have any questions or anything, please leave them down in the comments below. I will do my best to answer those questions. And if you don't have anything nice to say, please don't comment. I have had a lot of negative comments on my Tunisian how-tos, and I don't appreciate those. So thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you right back here in the craft room for my next video.